Hey everyone, welcome to First Christian Church Online. We're so glad that you're here today. My name is Jordan, and I would love to connect with you. Want to encourage you today as you're watching the service to take a moment and reply to a chat, say hey to somebody in there. We'd love to connect with you. Also, you can always hop on over to Scottsburg.church. That's our website, and on there's an online connect card. And I personally would love to connect with you this week if you fill that out and let us know how we can walk with you. Like I said, great things today. It's going to be a great service. Thanks for being back with us. We're glad that you're here. Let's take a few moments here and worship God.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. We will sing, sing, sing. Joy to the world. We will sing, sing, sing. face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Lord bless you and keep you, make his face shine upon you, and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace.
May his favor be upon you and 1,000 generations, and your family, and your children, and their children, and their children. May his favor be upon you and 1,000 generations, and your family, and your children, and their children, and their children. May his presence go before you and behind you and beside you, all around you and within you. He is with you, he is with you in the morning, in the evening, in your coming and your going, and your weeping and rejoicing. He is for you, he is for you, he is for you, he is for
Hey, welcome to First Christian Church Online. Glad that you're here. Last sermon of 2021. I just wanted to kind of chill out a little bit tonight, and I don't have notes. We've been in this sermon series all year long about the Psalms. One of the things about the Psalms for me is just trying to learn the history of them and trying to understand when they were written, how they were written, and why they were written. It's interesting that David wrote several of his Psalms in solitude. Some were even in a cave. Some were probably in the palace. But often, the writer of Psalms were trying to portray a feeling, an emotion, a deep desire. And the three Psalms that I want to share with you today as we close out this series for the year, they have no author. They simply say a psalm. It's Psalm 96, 97, and 98. They are songs written about God. And I guess I just wanted to close this year out, close this series of Psalms out, with just talking you through these Psalms. It's going to be a little different, a little bit laid back, no jokes, nothing fancy, just us and the Word. So if you would grab your Bible, I'd love to walk through these with you. Psalm 96. Sing a new song to the Lord. Let the whole earth sing to the Lord. Sing to the Lord, praise his name. Each day proclaim the good news that he saves. Publish his glorious deeds among the nations. Tell everyone about the amazing things he does. Great is the Lord. He is most worthy of our praise. He is to be feared above all other gods. When I read those words, I hear some truth. We are to praise his name. Why? Because he is a God that saves. This good news. Each day proclaim the good news that he saves. We talked about last week how great God was and why God was so good, and we don't have to be afraid. We can come close to Jesus. He saves. And we're to tell everyone about it. We're to tell them about all the amazing things that he does. I hope this year in 2022, we'll be able to do that. You'll be able to do that. You'll truly be able to tell people around you of all the good things that God has done. Verse 5. The gods of other nations are mere idols, but the Lord made the heavens. Honor and majesty surround him. Strength and beauty fill his sanctuary. There is no other God. There is no other God or idol that can take his place. All other things that we put first are mere idols. The gods of all other nations, what will happen to them? Well, it says all the nations of the world, all the false gods, all the people chasing other idols, they will recognize the Lord. They will recognize at some point in their life that the Lord is glorious and strong. That's not just words, that's a promise. Every knee will bow, and every tongue will confess that Jesus is Lord. So for those of us who believe that, have given our life to him, the psalmist says, give to the Lord glory he deserves. Bring your offering and come into his courts. Bring your offering. In 2022, maybe you've not really thought about your offering or money or your tithe. But because of who God is, The psalmist just simply says, bring it. Come into his courts. Worship the Lord in all his holy splendor. Part of what we do is we offer our bodies, we offer our time, we offer our sacrifices, we offer our tithe. We offer it as worship. Let all the earth tremble before him. Tell all the nations the Lord reigns. The world stands firm and cannot be shaken no matter what we go through. No matter what we've been through. The psalmist tells us the earth may tremble before him. Let it tremble before him. But the Lord reigns. The world cannot be shaken. It is in his hands. It's in his control. And all we try to pretend and all we pretend to do, it's merely worldly things. God's in control. God knows what needs to happen, and God's preparing to do something. He's headed in a direction. The psalmist knows that. And so the psalmist says, let the heavens be glad and the earth rejoice. Let the sea and everything in it shout his praise. Let the fields and their crops burst out with joy. Let the trees of the forest sing for joy before the Lord, for he is coming. In Romans, it says even the rocks will cry out. If we don't worship him as God, if we don't worship him as Savior, the rocks are going to cry out. The trees are going to shout for joy. All the heavens can't be hidden. Why? Because he's coming. The psalmist says he is coming to judge the earth. And he will judge the world with justice and the nations with his truth. We're not going to be able to outrun him. We're not going to be able to fool him. We're not going to be able to trick him. He is coming. And as much as I want you to find Jesus, I need to tell you, there is a day when we will all be judged, me included. And I'll be judged with justice and truth. So while I'm here in this place, the reason I'm speaking to you today is just to tell you what the psalmist told us. Recognize him as Lord. Give to him. Give to him the glory he deserves. Worship him. Bring what he deserves into the courts. Tell the nations about him. Let the heavens be glad. Let us be glad. Because he's in control of all the earth. Will not be shaken. He is coming. Psalm 97. It changes gears just a little bit. The Lord is king. Let the earth rejoice. Let the furthest coastlands be glad. Dark clouds surround him. Righteousness and justice are the foundation of his throne. Fire spreads ahead of him and burns up all his foes. His lightning flashes out across the world. The earth sees and trembles. The mountains melt like wax before the Lord of all the earth. And Psalm 97 is just a picture of all that 96 spoke of. It's this painting. It's this great picture, this great vision of God and his power, his majesty. It's if God just kind of slipped back the curtain for a moment. Those who worship idols are disgraced. All who brag about their worthless gods, for every god must bow to him. There is no running from him. Every god, every idol, every worthless idol will bow down to him. Jerusalem has heard and rejoiced, and all the towns of Judah are glad because of the justice of God. For you, O Lord, are supreme over all the earth. You are exalted far above all gods. There is a choice that we get to choose. We get to choose whether to believe those words or not. And I want to believe those words. I do believe those words. Because the psalmist says in verse 10, you who love the Lord hate evil. I just can't wrap my head around all of this world sometimes. He protects the lives of his godly people. He rescues them from the power of the wicked. There is evil in this world. The psalmist tells us that God protects us. And I need to hate it. And I do hate it. I hate what sin does to people. I hate what evil truly does to people. And I know there's a day coming, because the psalmist says, light shines on the godly and joy on those whose hearts are right. I know that there is joy in this world. And may all who are godly rejoice in the Lord and praise his holy name. There is this moment here in Psalm 97. There is this moment for us when we come to this great conclusion that it's just me and God. It's just him and I. It's not about what you do. It's about what I do. And God's light does shine on me. And I do need to have a heart of joy. And I need to praise his holy name. No matter what's gone on this year. No matter what comes ahead of us in 2022. The psalmist is right. He is to be exalted far above any other thing. And then Psalm 98, right back into another worship song. Sing a new song to the Lord, just like 96. It starts out the same way. Sing a new song to the Lord, for he has done wonderful deeds. His right hand has won a mighty victory. His holy arm has shown his saving power. A couple of weeks ago on December 12th, you can go back and rewatch that sermon if you want, called Swords and Songs. We talk about the great victory that was won in heaven. And I just want to think that this victory, this mighty victory that God has won, is that victory that we talked about, the victory in heaven. The Lord has announced his victory. That's Jesus. That's last week. Lord has announced his victory and has revealed his righteousness to every nation. That's Jesus. That's the nativity. And he has remembered his promise to love and to be faithful to Israel. The ends of the earth have seen the victory of our God. This year as we close, shout to the Lord, all the earth. Break out in praise and sing for joy. Sing your praise to the Lord with the harp. And with the harp and melodious song, with trumpets and the sound of the ram's horn, make a joyful symphony before the Lord, the King. As we close this year, and worship him. Worship him with all of your heart, mind, soul, and strength. Let him know that you believe that he is king. Let the world know that you believe that as well. Let the sea and everything in it shout his praise. Let the earth and all the living things join in. Let the rivers clap their hands in glee. Let the hills sing out their songs of joy before the Lord, for he is coming to judge the earth. Psalm 96, 97, and 98. It's like this great message about what has already happened. who God is and what God's going to do. Every knee will bow and every tongue will confess. He will judge the world with justice and the nations with fairness. As we close 2021, and we put an end to this crazy year, I do look forward to 2022. I do look forward to next year. I look forward to it because there's an urgency. There should be an urgency in all of us, not to waste time, to be joyful, to find joy in what God has given us, our friends, our family, our church. We've got so much to do. And I don't know that we have that much time. I hope and pray you'll join us. I hope and pray you'll be a positive influence in what our church can do. I hope you'll give and sacrifice. I hope you'll make this next year a year of blessing for many. I'm going to do my very best to preach to you the message, the word. I'm going to do my very best to proclaim his righteousness, to share our vision of a church. I'm going to do my very best to sing a new song. Remember what God has already done, what he's brought us through. And I'm going to praise him. I'm going to sing to him. I'm going to clap my hands to him. Because the truth is, he is coming. I don't know when. I don't know where or how. But he is coming. And that is the beauty of the Psalms. That is the beauty of what the psalmist writes in Psalm number 1. I go full circle to where we started. Blessed is the man. Oh, the joys of those who do not follow the advice of the wicked, or stand around with sinners, or join in with mockers. But they delight in the law of the Lord, meditating on it day and night. They are like trees planted along the riverbank, bearing the fruit of each season. Their leaves never wither, and they prosper in all they do. But not the wicked. They are like worthless chaff scattered by the wind. They will be condemned at the time of judgment. Sinners will have no place among the godly. For the Lord watches over the path of the godly, but the path of the wicked leads to destruction. Why are the nations so angry? Why do they waste their time with futile plans? The kings of the earth prepare for battle. The rulers plot together against the Lord and against his anointed one. Let us break their chains. They cry and they say, free ourselves. Let us free ourselves from slavery to God. But the one who rules in heaven laughs. The Lord scoffs at them. Then in anger he rebukes them, terrifying them with his fierce fury. For the Lord declares, I have placed my chosen king on the throne in Jerusalem, on my holy mountain. And the king proclaims the Lord's decree. The Lord said to me, you are my son, and today I become your father. Only ask, and I will give you the nations as your inheritance, the whole earth as your possession. You will break them with an iron rod and smash them like clay pots. Now then, you kings, act wisely. Be warned, you rulers of the world. Serve the Lord with reverent fear. Rejoice with trembling. Submit to God's royal Son, or he will become angry, and you will be destroyed in the midst of all your activities, or his anger flares up against in an instant. But But what joy for all who take refuge in him. Make no mistake. He is coming again. I want you to be joyful. I want you to find refuge in him. And I want you to know that 2022 is a brand new year. It's a brand new day. I want you to be here with us. And I want you to be here, more importantly, with the Lord. Friends, I love you. Thanks for always being here with us. For those watching wherever you're at, know that we're praying for you. Know that we're praying for a great 2022. If you have ever any questions, we're here. You can find out more information about us, Scottsburg.church. Come visit us here on Sundays. But whatever you do, wherever you're at, make Jesus a priority this year. Get involved in your church. Get involved in your community. Tell people about the good things the Lord has done. Be a positive influence on somebody's life. Share a burden. Help a friend. Just be Jesus. Just be Jesus. You don't have to have anything special. You don't have to have anything planned. Just be Jesus to somebody. Appreciate you. Thanks for this year. Thanks for always being here with us. We love you. We're praying for you. Have a great new year. And the next time you see us will be in 2022. So happy New Year. Be safe. We'll see you next year. Bye.
We're so glad that you've been here with us today. It's been a great service. I hope that something today has touched you, moved you in a way that you want to respond. If you want to take your next step, just know that we would love to be right there with you and answering any questions. Maybe you want to know more about baptism or following Jesus or just what it means to be a Christian. Know that we're here for you, and there's some easy ways for you to connect with us. All you have to do, you can type a comment there in the chat, and we would just be happy to follow up with you. You can always go to the website. It's up there all the time at Scottsburg.church, right there on the homepage. Online Connect card. All you got to do is fill that out. And I'll be in touch with you this week to see how we can help you in your next steps in following Jesus. And it would just be an honor and a joy to do that with you. Thanks for being with us today. We're going to be back again next week. We look forward to seeing you there. Have a great one. God bless. We'll see you soon.